Okay. To be or not to, oh, I completely screwed up, but to be or not to be, that was cool. That was very cool. Oh. Okay. I'm KO'd. I am freaking KO'd. That was nice. That was freaking nice, guys. Holy cow. Oh, they have two rappers? Their image changed so much. It's absolutely insane. Ooh, damn. They do be working out for this comeback, clearly. Whoa, they do lifts now? Wait. It was an ambush. Okay, so are they like jewelry thieves? Maybe. Okay, this is heavily CGI, but we don't talk about the heavy CGI. Okay, I thought it was over, but they were just getting started, clearly. So, why do they make getting bullet shot look so sexy? It's not fair. It's really not fair. This is not fair. Team 여러분, Tony입니다. Good morning, everyone. It's Tony. So the boys of ONEUS are back officially with their fourth mini album titled Lived. Sorry, not Lived. And with it comes their new title track titled To Be or Not to Be. And this is off the follow-up to their previous song titled Come Back Home, which they did release on during their appearance of Road to Kingdom. Now, Road to Kingdom, I believe, honestly boosted their public appearance, public knowledge, public presence in the world by being on another variety show, another survival show, actually, in fact, at that. And I think that they really did come back with it, with a new image, with a new revitalization, with a new direction in them. And this is really their first show added to us, apart from Come Back Home, with a full album on what they've kind of learned and what they've kind of like grown into and evolved as people. And I believe that To Be or Not to Be is kind of like a follow-up to Come Back Home. So if you do want to go check out my reaction for that, will also be linked in the description, as well as their previous comeback, a song written easily, which you will see it has a very different vibe than Come Back Home. So it'd be cool maybe for you to check out both of them to see the kind of like just evolution in this group that they started off to. And then if you really wanted to, you could go check out, say, like Valkyrie, to see off their beginnings and how the difference in this group has really changed. But I think that definitely this does seem like a kind of new direction, new step in a different direction for this group, and I'm very excited for them. And I just noticed from this cover art, actually, that it kind of does look like this is like the outfit for Island almost. Island is like another survival show, so maybe it's a bit another callback to that. But with that being said, guys, I'm very excited to get into this. Another ONEUS video is always happy times for me. So without further ado, guys, let's get into it. To Be or Not to Be, should be ready. She check. Okay, so it actually might be a comeback, like continuation, because this is kind of like the Knights of the Round Table almost. Oh, the pink hair! Pink with the blue hair, that's pretty cool. They have great skin though. Whoa. Okay. So it's a lot more soft sounding than Come Back Home in the beginning, the opening. It's a lot softer. And about more like Flower Boy-esque imagery. Ooh! Almost has like a jazzy like type of beat. Smooth, sensual. Ooh, okay. So this is something that I remember from Come Back Home. Come Back Home was kind of like that, like very provocative, very like in your face type of song, and this is starting to pick up into that. So it's very exciting things. Oh, the beat's coming. This beat's a lot nicer though. The King. Alright. Oh, is this the same? I think, yeah, this is the same. This is the same shooting facility as Victon used for Mayday, I believe. If you want to go check out Mayday, it's on the channel. I might leave it linked in the description if I recall to. I might I definitely might, but definitely this is Victon's Mayday. I think use the same theme, but this is a very nice song. It's very kind of like, it has a bit of a Latino, like European-esque style influence. You can hear like the string instrument in the background. I believe it has like reminiscence of like Spain in particular, maybe a little bit of Italy perhaps, but I think that definitely Spanish influence in this song, and it has like that Latino kind of like influence. And I think even here it kind of reminds you a bit like of a fighting stadium or like ring for that matter. Really enjoyed the beat. I was expecting a bit harder of a drop actually, so they kind of caught me off with that. I'm very impressed by how they're going about composing songs recently. Ooh, okay. To be or not to, oh, I completely screwed up, but to be or not to be, that was cool. That was very cool. Choreo is definitely something I think that they did heavily improve this group. Oh. Okay. Ooh. I'm KO'd. I am freaking KO'd. That was nice. That was freaking nice, guys. Holy cow. Oh, they have two rappers? I thought he had this has a deeper voice? Wow. That rap portion was just wow. Their image changed so much. It's absolutely insane. I love the build up into this opening, to this chorus. See, there's this string instrument in the background. I believe it's a guitar, if anything. It adds this bit of like Latino vibe to Spanish vibe to it. Not to be. My man's got some back muscle, isn't he? Look, ooh, damn. They do be working out for this comeback, clearly. I think in general, they really have been kind of like pushing themselves to the limits of the choreography, how well they kind of like know each other almost to that extent, to just how much they've been kind of like been more in sync and how much more dynamic their choreography. I really, really heavily enjoyed this new ONEUS coming back from Road to Kingdom. Really cool. It's a darker image too, but it's like a more mature image that I really enjoy the sound too. Oh, it's like a Batman kind of influence too there. Whoa, they do lifts now? Wait. It was an ambush. Okay, so are they like jewelry thieves? Maybe. I think one thing I really noticed in this song is that in the chorus, you actually have him. We'll come back to these. I got to, I think. So he's a rapper, but the thing is that I think he's also doing vocals, because this might be the exact same person. I could be completely wrong, but I'm pretty sure that, like, oh wait, no, it's the same person, I think, actually. So they have somebody doing the rappers and the vocals, which is a neat lineup because usually you don't get the rapper doing the vocals also. So if I'm completely wrong about this, you can avoid this, you can skip this portion. But I think that it's pretty cool hearing that you have a rapper doing both the rapping as well as the vocals in a group and not just doing one or the other, because usually that's what ends up being the case because they don't have enough line distribution. But if it is the same guy, his voice did change heavily a lot compared to when he did the rapping. So I don't think so, but that'd be pretty cool to know. So here's the ambush. Ooh, that was kind of like a D-Dragon, like live. So Orange Hair has kind of like the nice high vocals, I believe. Okay, this is heavily CGI, but we don't talk about the heavy CGI. Okay, I thought it was over, but they were just getting started, clearly. So why do they make getting bullet shot look so sexy? It's not fair. It's really not fair. I this is not fair. Or not to be. And the thing is that, like, if you see the guy reaching for it, shouldn't you just keep on shooting? Like, the choreo is so dynamic. They jump around, they run over one another, they toss one of each other up. Okay, so this is like, I guess, the backstory leading into that part of the song. Okay, so I just realized that there's going to be an end credit, so let's watch that. This is very... Wow, this is... Wow. I have to rewatch that? That's really scary, man. Like, in the past, I don't think they would have ever done something like this. It's really, like, coming out of their... Oh, it's a gate. Okay, now I get it. It's like a gate and like hands are reaching up, but like these are like the three like descendants of like evil or something, or like the sorcerers, and they're leading into the gate or coming out of the gate. Like they are the darkness, I think. And that's pretty interesting. I don't think they would have ever done something like this previously in their previous comebacks. I think they really are going for that darker, more gritty style, medieval style image that they were going for in Come Back Home. Props off to them for that. Props off to them for completely doing like a 180 and changing their image. I really admire like the idea to recognize that something isn't really panning out for you and to change image and just see if that works. And I think it definitely is working for them. So To Be or Not To Be by ONEUS. Wow, I was not expecting the style or type of song that they were going for. It's very different actually from Come Back Home. Come Back Home was very in your face, very gritty, very always like in French it would be palpitant, like palpate, like you. It's very fast tempo, very non-stop action, very always in your face. There's no moment for rest, there's no respite for anything. But here, honestly, I feel like they took a step back and they tried to go a bit slower in the song. They tried to go a bit more emotional in the song and a bit more careful in how they went about composing the song so that it has impact in certain portions of the song and not fully through it, so you have moments for vocalists to show their true abilities, and also say have a moment for them to have a break in say their performance, because obviously I think that Come Back Home was one of the more difficult choreographies of this year so far if you look at it. So I think that this is kind of like a way of them being a bit more smart about it, a bit more kind of intelligent, a bit more knowledgeable in how they can handle themselves as well as both musicians as well as performers. So I think that they made a great comeback here with To Be or Not To Be. I think definitely heavily kind of building off of Come Back Home here. They're showing off a more mature side, but at the same time they're coming back to that side. Kind of we see that in a song written so easily, kind of a bit more flower boy, a bit more pretty, but at the same time we also bring in the darker sides that we see. The song is definitely a very interesting song. I definitely think that it's kind of like a continuation, kind of like from Come Back Home, like in that sense also, because it is very dark. It has darker tones. It comes back to the myth, like the symbolism of the crown being the king and stuff like that. But then we also entitled now this new kind of like concept of like the whites and everything. And the white side has a bit more of that a song written easily kind of aspect to it, a bit more of the vocals, a bit more like grandeur, but then at the same time this song has a lot of emotionality. And the rappers, I think in this section of the song, the rappers in general, very powerful, very commanding position, I think, in this type of song with the deep voice, and it has like that like almost omnipresent darkness to it. I think that that is really what got me in this song. That as well as the chorus having this like Latino kind of like nostalgic vibe to it with the guitar in the background, very kind of like reminiscent of like what I would see from those Spanish commercials growing up, very nostalgic type of vibe to me. So that really rung a chord of like emotionality with me too. So I think that they're really developing as musical artists, kind of like how they go about composing songs, how they go about creating songs, and how they go about creating a story visually also in this, because it's very dynamic but also still very captivating to watch this entire music video. So I hope that they come back with another comeback, and I really do hope that the public continues gaining attention for this group, because I think that they really deserve it. And it really goes to show that like like from this Road to Kingdom, they've kind of like really evolved in their concept and really evolved in terms of their image. So I'm heavily enjoyed everything about this, and hopefully you guys did too. So thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this reaction. 감사합니다. And as always, if you have any comments, questions, or something you want to talk, feel free to leave it in the comment section below, and I'll get to it as soon as possible. With that being said, guys, this has been Tony. 안녕히 계세요. Goodbye, and I'll see you in the next video.
To be or not to be.